Welcome back to Veyra. Today we're talking about our experience at Fashion Art Toronto for the Spring-Summer 2026 collection. We went on the Friday, May 29th to see our friends Zoe Stone and Horbay's collections.
The night featured many collections from Lynn, Denim, Davo, Hann, Havaran, and full collections from Love Berlin, Liam, Lunara, Zoe Stone, and Grimey Inc. For each of the collections, we're going to be sharing our notes from the night, and alongside that, a second perspective from an amazing fashion YouTuber named Dose Jeans.
Before we get into the notes for Love Berlin selection, all of our notes are live on the Veyra app website, so you can read along if you would like on the blog section. The collection from Love Berlin focused on three major tones, with red, black, and white being the main motifs. There was a variety of dresses all worn in different ways, with multiple styles, some being more traditional, like seductive red dress, and others like a white dress with red on the bottom hem of the dress, looking like it was soaked in blood, displaying a watercolor texture. The top half of those dresses is pleated in a different style while having an extended, extravagant back that trails behind the model. A few dresses contain different materials like leather and fur, adding some variety to the material language across the collection. There was a modest amount of jewelry and makeup with strong red lipstick present on one of the models. Some looks like the fur dress were matched with a pearl necklace, portraying a more luxury feel, while others kept the accessories minimal and let the dress carry the look. The models walked with a strong, confident energy throughout. The red lipstick and the material choices working together to set the tone of the whole set.
Now let's move into Dose Jeans' notes for this next collection. The full-length collection kicked off with Love Berlin's Affliction. The first model stumbled through the curtain before screaming and tearing off her top and falling on her knees for dramatic fashion. This set the tone for the rest of the collection, which explored themes of carnality, romance, and at times religion through the white, red, and black color palette. A billowing skirt attached to a large corset bodice appeared in both white and black, depicting the models as deities. Look 10, the black look specifically, is actually officially named Guardian Angel. The majority of the collection was more earthly, with loosely cut dresses revealing much skin up the sides and beaded fringes hanging off the hems. Models walked with a sense of confidence and even fierceness at times, save for the opening look and look 12, labeled Consumption, made up of second-hand rabbit fur. More religious themes were seen through look 4, Subversion, which featured Christian jewelry worn in the neck and thigh, paired with a short fringed dress, and look 11, Spirit of Comfort. Looks Ambition and Embodinies offered more conventional options at the night, while Hunger and Thin Pain, the latter crafted that resembles fingernails digging into skin, speak more to the somewhat tormented messaging of the collection itself. Overall, Love Berlin had one of the stronger showings of the night, with a showing which surely resonated with every woman in the room, for whatever reason it may be. Shout out Love Berlin.
Moving on to Horbay. Horbay had a completely different tone from the strong dress designs in Love Berlin. Liam displays a more dark, oppressive feel with heavy tones in black, tan, white, and gray. The majority of the pieces are an unconventional material with interesting leather cuts. Some pieces, for example, like the semi-transparent jacket with long arms, hide the wearer's hand, giving a loose, almost unraveling look. Or the look which had the model in a full set of sweater and bottoms, walking with a heel bite. The hoodie demands attention by being so large it covers the wearer's forehead and eyes, with arms also being so long only allowing the model's fingers to be slightly seen. The other outfits demonstrated his ability to put a full fit together, with the footwear also displaying his signature style, a black material that moves and stretches almost organically, like living threads pulling in every direction. That same material runs through a lot of the dresses as well, used to play with the silhouette of the model and create a kind of wingspan effect with the reaching threads. In terms of jewelry or accessories, there wasn't much present other than the looks having hand gloves and some occasional bangles and rings. Even the makeup for the models was very light, making the main focus of the look the clothes and the aesthetic.
Now let's take a look at what Those Jeans has to say about Liam's collection. Liam's waiting room displayed inner turmoil turned inside out. Hardcore music played in the background as the first model stepped out in what resembled molten tar, or a Venom symbiote if you want to go there, fashioned into a brilliantly high-cut neck dress exposing the middle of the chest, laced up the side. The sharp-fitted white dress with cuts along the arm and shoulder also had a devilish air to it. One model stumbled around this runway in a translucent, worn-out shirt with elongated cuffs, while another wore a dress seemingly made of glossy shredded paper, like material fused together. The raw, somewhat industrial mood to this collection was undeniable at this point, but the final four looks drove it all the way home, with the more sexy and crude molten dresses. The final piece, which seemed to give the model a hard time around the set, looked like it was cracking at one point. Liam's collection stood out for its distinct hardcore vision of raw materials, repurposed into dresses cut with undeniable skill. This one's for all the girls who knew since the start that it just wasn't a phase.
Moving on to Lunara. Lunara's overall aesthetic for the night felt business casual oriented, with a presence of black and white, skirts paired with tops, expressive suit jackets. Majority of the looks were walked in high heels with a full female model cast. There was more of a focus on makeup in these looks with red lipstick and eyeshadow, while also extending the eyeliner to create exaggerated eyelashes. In terms of accessories, there was a modest use of jewelry with the majority of the models. Some unique eyewear was also present, and some unique headwear as well. And there was the looks with gloves and a lot of looks with belts. A few looks towards the end transform more extravagant with pointed shoulders starting to show up, and the collection converts from business to more runway dresses, with interesting silhouettes. There was one look with pointed shoulders and a black top where the middle section is a circular ring, while the bottom is flowy with a white dress. The last dress was the most avant-garde of the set, with a full white dress with ruffled arms covering the model's hands, and an open center with a red accessory hanging from it, and the model's face was painted with red makeup as well. It was a strong way to close out and reframe everything that came before it. Yo, you ready? Yo, what are you on, bro?
I'm on Veyra, bro.
Aye,
you gotta
what
tap
about
in. I'm down from Switzerland, tapped in with the app now. Look at
Wait,
it,
this
post it
guy
up.
made a fit pick from Swiss?
It's crazy. Of
Wait, no, that is pretty sick. That's tough. Wait, do they even know about Veyra?
course I gotta know about Veyra.
Bro, let them know about Veyra.
Veyra is an app that you can download, post fit pics, shop from underground fashion brands, and just stay connected with the underground fashion community.
Yeah, so if you guys haven't given it a try, click the link in the description right now and make a post on Veyra. Moving on to Zoe Stone, a good friend of Veyra's, that we've been covering for a while and even displayed clothing at our previous early access party event. So with no surprise, Zoe stole the night as usual with her creative vision, mixing clothing and theatrics. Each model wore a porcelain clay mask with unique designs. The looks all displayed a strong focus on accessories, and there was even a lack of upperwear clothing on some looks, letting the model's chest lay bare. The clothing used a mixture of feathers and ruffled dresses, giving each model a very unique silhouette. A lot of pieces had exaggerated circular structure at the hips and shoulders that jutted out wide with bunches of feathers attached to the ends. The masks all match each outfit with the main colors and gradients leading from the mask directly onto the outfit, making them feel like a major part of the design, adding more to the look than a normal accessory would. One look was very unique with a bangle with 6 sharp cones pointing out resembling a star. While the outfit had no visible legs, just the lower half of the body encased in layered rings stacked on top of each other, all the way down, like a collapsed spring or a series of open frames that kept going. Overall, Zoe had a very strong presence, which made her Fashion Disruptor award and title from FAT all the more validated.
Now let's take a look at what those jeans has to say about Zoe Stone's collection. Zoe Stone certainly stole the night with her tribal sculptures transforming models into goddesses lost to time. Masks, animal prints, feathers, stripes, ceramics, and clay, along with large sculptural shapes, truly brought the mood of primitive gods being resurrected right then and there. The first model appeared in a large grey dress with masks on her head, down her bodies, and her arms, perhaps representing a deity with multiple heads. Roosted feathers recurred throughout the collection on the sleeves of the first look, making up the skirt of another, and appearing on most of the dresses throughout. The animalistic and primitive elements like the zebra print, for example, all over several looks, accessories made of stone, clay, and ceramics, and spiking throughout transported the audience into a time long gone, while abstract atmospheric music played in the background. One look had a huge shoulder piece zipped up to the back on top of a hooded full body dress with a woven net covering it. The final look had a similar gigantic rounded shoulders lined with roosted feathers, creating quite the imposing figure. The rest of the collection was balanced between conventional pieces like the hooded dresses and striped pants, and dresses with layered poofs and eccentric ceramic jewelry. Safe to say, Zoe took it where no other designer on the night took, and her interpretation of the old deities would certainly scare the life out of our ancestors if they traveled forward through time to catch the show today.
Moving on to the last show of the night, Grimey Inc. It felt like a palette cleanser from the Runway shows, since it primarily focused on heavy graphics with streetwear aesthetic. There was a heavy focus on makeup, with most models having red lipstick and a pink blush on their cheeks, and some eye blush as well. For hair, there was some very rockstar-esque styles sticking out wildly, or short hair with pink hair dye. Grimey also had some models with band-aids on their face, from the brand with Grimey Inc. printed on them. In terms of jewelry, there wasn't a lot present, other than belts being showcased throughout. The footwear had a focus on boots and sneakers. Across the looks, there was a variety of ripped jeans, printed graphics on jeans, graphic shorts, patches on jorts, pant chains, pins on shirts, bandanas, and patches on Harley jackets. Each look was pulling from a different corner of streetwear, but it all read as one cohesive world.
Overall, Friday, May 29th, Fashion Art Toronto's Spring-Summer 2026 viewing had a lot of intriguing styles and designs across the board, with major collections all having a diverse styling and each one feeling from a different world. While we didn't go deep into the mini collections in this deep dive, they will be present at the end of the video as we made content and we recorded them throughout.
One of the independent fashion shows we went to recently was Push by Jamie Boy Entertainment. Their style is to have a mix of high fashion with creative direction in the background. So for this event, the main topic was having the skaters perform tricks in the background while the models did their whole catwalk throughout. They would stop before the ramp, let the skaters do their trick and shine, and then continue walking. Near the halftime mark, they had a band perform their music as the local artists, and they also played a movie from a local filmmaker. Looking through the video, one of the models that was present actually is King, which you have seen from one of our previous videos of Toronto influencers. So it's nice to see the shine that the local community is getting throughout. If you're getting into the Toronto scene, one of the major players that's worth paying attention to that popped up recently was Archives, Toronto's own fashion week. They like to create a unique aesthetic with picking out unique environments for the runway shows, such as the underground subway station, Billy Bishop Airport, or as recently, the Cathedral.
The foundations of Toronto's fashion scene have been laid for a while now with FAT. However, new players, such as Toronto's own Fashion Week from Archive and other independent brands, are really making the push for physical fashion.
While we witness the physical growth of Toronto's fashion scene, we at Veyra want to give a digital frontier for local brands to get a global storefront to shine through.
Now that we wrap up the spring and summer 2026 fashion cycle,
it's up to you to keep discovering the undiscovered through Veyra.
Click the link in the bio and join the community.
Okay.
Stay tuned, Veyra TV!